before we get started, I'm just going to recommend, if you want to take a second, if you have a block, grab a block. I'm actually just going to use a pillow. So if you want to grab like 2 pillows or 1 pillow off your bed, or even just like a couple couch pillows, it just might be helpful when we're holding poses for a little bit longer. So yeah, if you want to do that, you can. It's totally optional. It's just to help you relax into the postures a little bit more. This practice is going to be all about not straining the body. All right, guys, it is time. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? Sweet. Let's do it. So let's come to child's pose. Just go ahead and spread your knees nice and wide. So bringing your knees to the outer edges of your mat. And then if you want to go ahead and use your pillow here and come into a supported child's pose, you're welcome to do that. So you can just take your pillow, you can even stack 2 on top of each other. Just slide it between your thighs and just allow your torso to rest up to your pillow. So this is just one option here. You could also use the block underneath of the forehead if you wanted a little bit more support. And begin to connect with the breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And let it go out of your mouth. One more time like that. Breathing in through the nose. And let it all go out of your mouth. Starting to engage just a really slow guided breath. So breathing in and out of the nose, but lessening the intensity of the exhale compared to what you might do in a power practice. And see if you can start to breathe all the way into your low back. Feel your low back round on the inhale breath. And then soften the hips on the exhale. Let your heart be known. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. Wait. Hold me inside. Take your breath in mine. Awaken now. Take one more inhale breath. Long breath out. And then very gently press into the palms. Go ahead and remove any props if you have any props. Sorry, I'm just letting people in from the waiting room. And we're gonna come to all fours. Just really gently take your time here. Just find the alignment of shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. And drop the belly on the inhale breath. And then really slowly round the spine on the exhale breath. Moving through cow and cat. Nice and easy. Drop the belly as you inhale. And then round it out on the exhale. One more time, just like this, and see if you can breathe even slower. Really fill up the breath. Pause at the top. And then round the spine as you exhale. Spread your fingers wide. Coming back to neutral spine. Use the pressure of your hands into your mat just to begin to draw little baby circles in the hips. So you're using the strength of the arms to create this motion. So the hips can really start to relax. You want to start to lubricate the joints. Just taking a little bit of time in the beginning of the practice to ready the body to hold some deeper stretching. And if you want to take these a little bit bigger, you might even start to drop closer into an upward facing dog and then shift the hips all the way back. It's really just finding a range of motion that feels restorative in your body. And then just easy switch directions. So maybe start with some smaller hip circles. And this should feel good in the shoulders too. You're kind of working through the shoulder joints, the shoulder blades. And you might stay right here. Hi, baby. This is my kitty cat. He will be joining us for yoga. And then if you want to go a little bit bigger, maybe hips towards the heels, kind of dropping towards downward facing dog, only if it feels okay in the low back. Really tuning into the body. And then coming back to center, find your tabletop. One more time, we're gonna flip the palms. So it's just as much as you can, you're gonna bring the fingertips back. You may need to keep the elbows bent, that's totally normal. And just really easy, start to rock your hips back and forward. Just to feel the release in your wrists, in your forearms. Release out the shoulders, the fingers. Take just one more rock forward, back. And then flip your fingers forward, back to tabletop position, working into thread the needle. So let's start with the right arm. You're gonna lift the right hand to the sky, just open up the shoulders, and then thread the right hand underneath of the left shoulder. So this is a nice place for your block or your pillow. If you're tighter in your shoulders, you can go ahead and rest your head on the block. If you're feeling pretty good in your shoulders today, you can let your head release all the way down to the ground and maybe even work towards a half bind, keeping the left hand behind the back. Good, guys. Take 3 deep rounds of breath. Slowly begin to unwind. Just press your left palm into the earth and then lengthen the right hand out all the way up to the sky, open up. And coming back to all fours. Maybe roll through just one more cow and cat, release the spine. And then thread the needle on the left side. Inhale the left leg, or the left arm to the sky, and then thread it underneath of the right. Again, a block is really nice here under the head, or maybe resting the head all the way onto the ground. If you want more, you can start to work toward your half bind. This time, right hand will bend and reach towards the left hip. 2 more rounds of breath. And start to unwind. Press your right palm down. Inhale your left hand all the way up to the sky. Open up. And then all fours. Start to walk your knees back. And then come to rest all the way onto your belly into Sphinx pose. So you're going to drop your forearms to the ground. Drop your elbows right underneath the shoulders. Allow your belly to completely relax. Roll the shoulders down the back and pull the heart center forward. Beautiful, yogis. Breathe into your belly. Allow the belly to fill and empty with breath. From Sphinx pose, I'm going to give you 2 options. So you can either just press your hips back to child's pose, or from Sphinx pose, you can leave your hands where they are, lift your hips over your knees and come into puppy pose. So puppy pose is going to be pretty deep in the shoulders and in the chest. This is another really nice place to grab your block. I love to do puppy pose with the block under my forehead. And if you want a little bit more in this puppy pose, you can always draw the palms together, bend the elbows, and reach the palms overhead. Whatever variation you're in, just slowly start to make your way back to tabletop. Nice and easy. From here, just draw your right foot forward, come into an easy low lunge. We're gonna flow just a little bit to warm up the hips. So all you're gonna do is drop the hips forward, lift the chest on the inhale breath. And then easy send the hips back. Flex the right foot, hamstring stretch. Nice, guys. 2 more times like that, moving really slow. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the heart. And then press the hips back, fold over the right thigh. You can also use a block here as well for a little support. So inhale the hips forward. And then exhale the hips back. Good, and this time we're gonna hold just for about 5 rounds of breath. So if this is really, really deep for you right now, go ahead and prop yourself up on a block or on a pillow or even just your fingertips. Find a little bit more height and length. And then every breath out, just see if you can release a little bit deeper. So the intention of this practice is to find deep release. And we do that by easing into the postures. Never forcing, never pushing. 2 more rounds of breath, deep and slow. And complete this exhale. Easy, shift the hips forward. Press into the palms and just draw the right foot back into tabletop. And from here, just sway your hips side to side. Just find a little bit of movement. Just notice the difference between the right and the left side of the body. And then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So just easy, draw the left foot forward, find a low lunge. This does not need to be super deep at all. And then as you inhale, drop the hips forward, allow the heart to lift. And then hips press back until you feel the stretch down the back of the left leg. 2 more times. Nice and slow. Hips come forward, heart lifts, inhale. Hips press back, hamstring stretch, exhale. One more time before we hold. Big, big breath in. And full breath out. Press the hips back. Breathe here, just hold. Remember, you can always prop yourself up on your block here, or use your fingertips. You need a little bit more length and height in the spine. Or if you're ready to go deeper, you can start to bend the elbows and really hold in. And then really easy, start to shift the hips forward, press into your palms, and just send the left foot back. Tabletop, doesn't have to be pretty, just however you need to get there. And one more time, just bringing a little bit of motion side to side of the hips. Just allow your sacrum, your low back to release. Allow for a nice stretching of your thighs. And then really easy, make your way back to your child's pose. Rest your forehead onto the earth. And this time, gently roll your head side to side, massaging out your third eye center. Very gently begin to roll up through the spine. On the inhale breath, drop the belly, lift the heart. And then on the exhale, round the spine all the way back into child's pose. So you're waving through your spine. Inhale, roll up. Articulate through each vertebrae, arch the back. And then lead with the hips. Exhale, round to child's pose. Really warming up the spine here. One more time, drop the belly. Maybe you come into upward facing dog this time. And then leave the hips all the way back to child's pose. Really good, guys. From here, just snake your body forward. Come to lay onto your belly. We're gonna come into whale pose. So this is another deep shoulder opener. If you are tighter in your shoulders, you're gonna wanna take the variation that I'm gonna take, and that is arms out to a T. So you're gonna want your arms straight. If you're more open in your shoulders, feel free to do goalpost arms. So this is gonna be more challenging. And then all you're gonna do is rest your forehead on the earth. You're gonna start to roll onto your right side and kickstand your left leg behind you. So you'll feel the stretch in the right shoulder. Yeah, and just allow your right ear to rest on the mat. If you need a little bit more here, start to walk your right fingertips away from you to deepen the stretch. And then really easy, start to roll back onto your belly. Just give yourself a couple rounds of breath in the center. Releasing the right shoulder. Maybe taking a couple of sighs out of your mouth. And then we'll start to move to the left side. So just roll onto the left side of the body. Bend the right knee, easy kickstand the foot behind you. And just roll open onto the left shoulder until you feel a nice stretch across the shoulder, the pec. And then again, just allowing the head to rest onto the earth. So no effort here. Bring your attention back to your breath. And then if you need more, start to walk your left fingertips away from you to deepen the stretch. And then really easy, start to roll back onto the belly. Again, just taking a couple rounds of breath. Let your shoulders soften. Let your body fall heavy into your mat. Draw your hands under your shoulders and very easy, press yourself up to sit. So you can just draw your knees or draw your hips all the way back to your heels. You're just gonna come to sit on your heels. We're gonna move into a posture that opens the front side of the legs. So the full posture is going to be saddle pose. A nice variation is just to take hero's pose. So the first level is going to be sitting on the block. So you can just sit on your block. You want your toes to be untucked. And you might feel the opening in the thighs right here already. This may be enough for you. This is hero's pose and this is awesome. You can stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, we're gonna come into full saddle pose. So I do recommend bringing the big toes to touch behind you on this posture. You can draw the knees out a little bit wider. I also like to use my pillow for this one or my block under my head. And I like to just have something to lay back onto. So if you're ready for a deeper opener in the thighs, you're just gonna start to recline back onto your pillow until you feel the opening in the front of the legs. And then you can reach your arms overhead. Now again, if this is too much for the front of the legs or if you're feeling pinching in the low back, you can just take hero's pose. Another possible variation is to take half frog. So you would come back onto your belly and you would just do one leg at a time. You would just pull the foot into the glute. So this is gonna open up the front line of the quadricep as well. So 3 options here, they're all totally valid. Hero's pose, just sitting on your block. Maybe trying full saddle pose. Maybe come in here half frog. It's totally up to you. Yeah, feel free to kind of play around with one. And one might feel good for 20 seconds and then not, and that's totally cool. You can come out of it, you can find a different variation. It's really whatever you need. Yeah, and if anyone is like, nothing feels good, just chat me and I can totally help you out. Because this should feel good. And if you have found the half frog variation, just go ahead and switch sides. Make sure that you do the other leg now. We're about halfway through holding this posture. And then whatever variation you're in, just slowly start to make your way out and then back onto your belly. Just nice and easy. Releasing your belly to the floor. You can stay propped up on your forearms. Just bend the knees and find an easy windshield wiper side to side. Release any tension in the low back and in the legs. And then press yourself up to your knees. We're gonna start to work into the hips. So coming into lizard lunge, you're just gonna step your right foot outside of the right hand. And this may be enough. This is a pretty deep hip opener. So you're welcome to stay right here. If you would like to go a little bit further, you can start to drop to the forearms and roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Again, this may be a lot, so maybe it's just resting your forehead on your block. Maybe you need to prop yourself up onto your block. Really just playing with levels in the body, levels in the hips, so that you can find a posture that it pushes your edge. You feel the stretch, but you can breathe into the stretch. You're not holding your breath. We're not in this one very long. So try to relax as much as you can right here. And if you have reclined down onto the forearms, go ahead and press yourself up to your hands. Working into half pigeon, so you're just gonna wiggle walk your right foot across your mat, bend the knee, and then release the hips down as much as you can. This is another great place for a block. So if you're tighter in your hips, you can take your block or your pillow and just slide it underneath of the right thigh. And this will just help you not to roll over onto the right edge of the body. So you want to keep the hips nice and square here. And then once you find the squareness in the hips and you're ready to bow forward, just easy, make your way into this posture. So slow. Maybe you start on forearms. Again, this is a really nice place to have the block under the forehead for a little extra support, or even your pillow. I love to use my pillow here. You can kind of just give it a big bear hug. Just allow yourself to fold into this half pigeon. Yeah, and for anyone that has any knee or back issues or anything like that, this posture just doesn't feel right in your body, you can just flip onto the back, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, and then draw the left thigh into the chest, and you're gonna get the exact same opening on the outer right glute. So that's another really, really nice variation here. You can totally try that on as well. Just allowing everything to release here. Mentally, physically, emotionally, just let it all go. Whatever is here for you, just let it be here. Sit in it, be with it. It's all good. Slowly start to press your hands into the earth. And take just a moment to open up the front side of the body. And then easy, roll onto the outer right hip. You're just gonna swing your left leg around. And we're gonna find ourselves in one-legged seated forward fold. So right foot is to the inner left thigh. You're just gonna start to lengthen out of the spine, lift your biceps up by your ears, and then bow forward. Just nice and easy. This does not have to be very deep. your palms. Coming into half pigeon. So just take your time, wiggle walk your left foot across your mat, bend the knee. Slowly start to square the hips, lower them down. Again, you can take a block underneath the left thigh this time, or maybe under the forehead or on the chest, or maybe even recline onto your back into figure four pose. So on this side, you would cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and then just draw the thigh into the chest. Really, really great option. They're all great options, which is the best part. And if you're like me, I just need a little bear hug pillow action. And just start to release. Like release the breath. Maybe exhale out of the mouth. Just anything that happened today, anything that happened the past week, all of this stuff going on, it doesn't matter right now. It's gone. There's nothing we can do to change it. All we can do is be present in each and every moment to move forward in the best way possible.
Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha.
And then very slowly start to press yourself up. Pressing into the palms again. Finding a moment of breath to open the front side of the body. And then rolling onto the left glute, sending the right foot forward this time. From one-legged seated forward fold. Left foot comes to inner right thigh. Sit tall out of your hips. Inhale your hands to the sky. And then easy bow forward over the right leg.
Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha. 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 Om Shri Dhanvantre Namaha.
Slowly begin to bring yourself to sit. And this time, just extend your left leg out in front of you. Bend both knees slightly. Shift your weight a little bit back into your palms and just hammock your legs from side to side. Nice deep release in the back and the hips. That was a lot of opening in those areas. You might get a couple of pops. That's totally normal after holding postures for a long time. Hopefully they're good pops. And then working our way to seated forward fold and using a prop here to make this feel nice and restorative for you. So a couple options that I like are just placing my pillow or even a block like under your knees. This just helps release some stress from the back of the hamstrings, the insertion of the hamstring point. And then from here, you can just kind of fold over the thighs. So this is one option. It's really nice. Another option is to, if you have a pillow or if you want to double, you have two pillows and you want to double them up, you can bring your legs a little bit wider so the pillow fits between the thighs. And then again, you can just fold forward and kind of bear hug your pillow. So this is a nice comforting option. For people that don't have a pillow, you can go ahead and use your block and just bring your forehead to your block and allow it to rest. And this helps to elevate the body in the same way. Alternatively, if you have no props, which is totally fine too, you can just take your hands, you're gonna slide them like this underneath the knees, and you can kind of give yourself that little release in the back of the hamstrings. So play around with a couple of these options. Just find one that feels good for you. Yeah, maybe you're feeling good and you just want to take traditional forward fold, and that's obviously totally fine too. But just be sure that you are in a posture that allows for deep release here and for deep inhales and exhales. Full breathing all the way into the belly, into the lungs, into the back body.
Shree Dhanvantre Namaha. Om 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 Shree Dhanvantre Namaha.
And then use your hands just to walk yourself up your legs. Press yourself up nice and slow. Take a breath in and a big sigh out. If you have any props, just go ahead and move them to the side. And holding behind the thighs, easy, make your way onto your back. We're gonna come into spinal twisting, nice and easy. So leave your left leg long. Draw the right knee into the chest. And then just let it fall to the left for a spinal twist. And if you're tighter in your back, you can actually use your pillow or your block here as well and rest the right leg right on top of it. And then super easy switching sides. Extend the right leg. Draw the left thigh into the chest. Let it fall to the right. Gentle spinal twist. Draw your left knee back to center. Draw your right knee to meet it. And make your way to happy baby. So you're going to grab the outer edges of your feet. Try to keep your sacrum, your low back, rooted onto your mat. And just easy rock side to side. Releasing any last little bit of tension. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. And then Shavasana on your exhale. If you have a pillow or a blanket nearby, sometimes it's really nice to just place it onto your torso, give yourself a little bit of weight. This can feel very comforting. And just allow your eyes to close. Allow your body to be very heavy into your mat. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring some gentle movement back to your body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Drawing your knees into your chest and roll to one side. Make your way to a comfortable seated position. On your inhale breath, reach your arms overhead, stretch it out. And then exhale your hands to your heart. Bowing down to your heart. Acknowledging yourself for your practice. Acknowledging that right now in this moment, you are whole and you are more than enough. And drawing your thumbs to your third eye center. And in honor of the light that shines in each and every one of us, together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you so much, guys.